Alright guys, more from the Bicycle Rider, and if you want to know who the Bicycle Rider is, I am Bart Luther, and you know, I started this YouTube channel, you know, a couple of years ago, doing some bike reviews, and just kind of, you know, learning how to use a camera and be in front of a camera, and you know, that was a completely new thing to me. I'm not really great in front of a camera because I go without a script and without a plan, and I kind of talk about what I'm feeling at the moment, you know, and I say it a lot of ohms. I'm gonna work on that, but this is just me naturally. I love bicycles. That's completely natural and genuine to me. I've been a bicycle rider my whole life. You know, as a kid, you know, the bicycle was freedom. My dad was a helicopter pilot, and you know, he was busy a lot. So for me to get around, you know, I got on my bicycle. I grew up in Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Belize, Central America. So all cool places to ride bikes. And unfortunately, you know, I'm 50 years old right now, and we're you know, in 2001. So you know, I kind of grew up in a cool time to ride bicycles, and there weren't a lot of parents didn't worry about things as much as you have to now. I also spent a lot of time in Fort Collins, Colorado as a junior high and high schooler, and you know, Fort Collins, Colorado, even back in the day, had really good infrastructure as far as being able to ride your bike around, you know, around town on protected bicycle ways, and all the parks were connected, and we even had, you know, 2 BMX courses in our own town. So you know, every summer my dad would buy me an ABA card, and I'd race BMX all summer, and you know, tow myself back and forth to the BMX track on my BMX race bike. So you know, bicycles have been a common thread to me since I can remember. And you know, now that we've got social media, you know, I get to stay in touch with a lot of my friends that without Facebook or something, you might not, you know, keep contact with all these people. But you know, all these people that know me from a little kid to, you know, a little punk, basically, to, you know, junior high school age and high school age and college. You know, I think everybody kind of remembers me as someone that always had a bicycle or rode bicycles or read bicycle magazines. So you know, bicycling has been a common thread for me for a long time. I remember, you know, a story from way back. I was living in Redmond, Oregon. I was in 4th grade, and I lived out in the country, and you know, we had an Ace Hardware, and I remember seeing this road bike. It was a white and red road bike, and I wanted this bike so bad. So my dad bought me this road bike, and I can remember racing the school bus from town to where I lived, you know, and probably 7 miles out into the country. And you know, as a kid, I remember all the kids yelling at the school bus out the window. Of course, the school bus had to stop at all the school bus stops, and I could just keep on going. So you know, I remember road biking back then, and I remember always having a BMX bike and building jumps. And you know, then I got big into this mountain bike thing, and I've been mountain bike racing for 20-something years, you know. So there's just a lot of good memories on a bicycle. And now I co-own a bicycle shop called Biloxi Bicycle Works in Biloxi, Mississippi. My business partner is named Daniel, really cool dude. He's in at the moment he's over in Europe, so I'm running the bike shop. I say by myself, but we've got a really cool staff. So Pedro and Steve that are watching the bike shop for me today and tomorrow, you guys are awesome. Blake Thompson, one of my best friends and also general manager of the bicycle shop. I've got his bike on the back of the van right now. He is actually going to be racing with me this weekend. We've got a really cool local team that we're going to be racing with. So we've got Brian Grubbs out of New Orleans, first year racing gravel. Blake Thompson, you know, and lives in Gulfport, Mississippi, and you know, road racer that, you know, grew up on a motorcycle doing motocross, and you know, just an awesome cyclist. He actually won first place in the 50-mile open race last weekend. We've got Brian Crawford, a good friend of mine, a real awesome engine. You know, fairly new to bicycling, but he's really kicking ass. He's got a great engine. He really fast on a mountain bike, and now he's doing gravel. He does a lot of running. So We've got Peter Stevens, and Peter Stevens is a local legend in the Gulf Coast as far as cycling. Big road biker, but he has bought a gravel bike and he's gravel racing with us this year. I've got my good friend Al Jordan, who I met a few years ago on a ride that I developed called the Destroyer, and it was one of those rides that was a drop ride, and we advertised it as a drop ride. So a lot of people came and never came back, but Al's one of those guys that kept coming back. I think he's got a big pedigree in tennis. So he's a tennis player gone cyclist, and he is an awesome athlete. He'll be racing with us this year. We got Josh Williamson. He's not going to race this time, but he's a Clydesdale that we threw into our race team, and all of a sudden he started hitting podiums. His last 2 races he hit podiums on. Awesome Josh. So we've got a girl named Lisa, and Lisa's out of New Orleans, and she's pretty low-key, but one fabulous bicycle racer and athlete. So Lisa's really cool to have on our team. And Lisa Hauser's her name. Like I said, she's probably one of the fastest on our team. The only one that might be faster than her is Blake Thompson, but she kicks the rest of our butts. I'm coming for you, Lisa. I'm coming for you. I know you're a girl, but to me, girls and guys are equal, especially when it comes to cycling. So I'm not cutting you any slack. I'm going to try to keep up with you, but you know, that's a pipe dream, because Lisa really is one hell of a athlete, but at least I got to give it a try, you know. So anyway, we've got a pretty good gravel team, and we're going to you know, go out there, have fun. And part of gravel racing is having fun. So you know, we try not to take it too seriously, but we also want to go out there and, you know, put a good showing on for Biloxi Bicycle Works, who is sponsoring our team. And just see, you know, the thrill of competition. I think we all love competition, and, you know, the nervous energy it brings us is really a good thing. So I'll go into a whole nother rant and rave of how I think competition helps fuel the spice of life. I'm looking at the road. I don't have many intersections, but I got about 1 mile till we hit junction 45. So I got to put down the camera and just make sure I'm going to take the right turn up here. I'll get back with you guys here in just a little bit. Thank you.